Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today I'm going to tell you what makes the S2000 so great, so let's go. Well, the first thing is VTEC. I love driving this car. Best bang for the buck price and fun factor is this and the E46 M3. I've owned 2 E46 M3s and 3 S2000s. To me, that's the best bang for the buck. Oh, we're going on an underpass here. Let's downshift. Whoa. Now these cars, just like the E46 M3, you actually have to downshift yourself. No rev matching here. Guess what? You want to drive stick, you better know how to do it. And that's what makes this car such a blast to drive. I love this car. This and the E46 M3, best money I ever spent. As far as, you know, fun, smiles, you don't need an expensive car to have fun. I know I've had a lot of cars over 100 and expensive cars. The average price point was probably 50 grand. But I'm telling you right now, you don't need to spend 100 grand, 50 grand, any of that to have fun. Keep the revs up on this. This is my 4-wheel motorcycle. When I was young, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with motorcycles even more than cars. But I just felt safety with other distracted drivers on the road that it just wasn't going to happen. So cars like the S2000 convinced me cars were the way to go instead of motorcycle. I had more protection around me, I'd be safer, and I know how I would drive if I had a motorcycle, which would be insane, so a car would be a little less crazy, and it worked out so far. So what's great about the S2000 is you can redline first gear, second gear, and you're probably not breaking too many speed limits. So even in third gear, you're not going too fast. You know, if you ever got pulled over or attracted attention, certainly yellow will attract attention. And you know what? There's so few clean S2000s. This car attracts a ton of attention. When I'm stopped at the light, somebody will always go by, usually a younger person driving whatever, some type of sports car, and they'll point at the S2000. I'll get a thumbs up. I got a thumbs up from a Super owner, an Integra owner. This car really, I think, transcends the generations. There are young people driving this car, old people driving this car. They're just really a blast to drive. And now they've become unique, you know. The S2000, even though they sold 66,000 examples, yeah, were on for sale essentially 10 model years from 2000 2009, and they didn't sell enough. You know, there were big discounts. My friend's dad bought an 04 brand new, and he got a huge discount, like 4,000 or 5,000 off sticker, and the sticker was like 34,000. I think the sticker for this, I have the original window sticker, I think it was like 34.9, somewhere in that range, 33.9, somewhere there. You know, the CRs were about 39,000, and they were giving them away too. Nobody wanted those cars either, and they're just such great cars. I love how nimble it is too. I remember, you know, back in the day, at least the autocross I did, it wasn't SCCA, but a local autocross. They gave the S2000s their own division essentially, because they were pretty dominant, especially if you set them up with sticky tires and suspension. VTEC go! So yeah, the VTEC kicks in higher. It's an AP2, but that's what makes it a blast to drive. You want to keep the revs up and keep it in that VTEC. And what a thrilling drive it is. No matter what, if you want an S2000, you got to try one. I don't care if you get an AP1, an AP2, what color it is, just get one of these cars. It's got the best gearbox in the business. A lot of cars I've driven have come close, but not as good as the S2000. It's hard to find a good one. Whoops, there goes my sunglasses. And you know what they tell you to do is never drop my sunglasses. All right, so I'm putting my sunglasses on because I dropped them with the acceleration and braking here. Let's go. love the handling of this thing. You do have to, there is a learning curve to drive it fast. But this could easily be a dominant autocross car. You want to make it a regular track car, you'd have to put in a roll bar. At least around here, they don't allow us to do convertibles. Let's accelerate. Is it fast? No, but I feel fast. It's probably about 6 seconds to 60, give or take. The AP1s are probably like 6.7 seconds to 60. I've seen as low as 5.7 for the AP2, but that's probably very generous. You can't have the best conversations in this car. That's for sure. There's not much sound editing. The radio is okay at best. But I just love my cars the way they came from the factory. Because when I drive this, it's 2004 all over again. Now we can accelerate. And that's the fun about this car. I did all that without breaking the speed limit. Just an amazing car to drive. I love this digital tachometer and the instrumentation. I can see what my speed is very easily. Just a great car to drive. And now everybody realizes how special they are. Well, almost everybody, but. Now what will surprise you with these cars is that they're actually electric power steering. So back then, most cars, like say the E46 M3 or the later years for this car, the E92 M3, they had hydraulic steering, which makes them so great. The Porsche 997, this and the NSX were actually electric steering, but the feel is actually really good. The feel is really great, to be honest. Now again, I'm keeping it in second or third gear, and I'm keeping the RPMs up, so I'm going the speed limit for this road, but I can still have a great time doing it. I can go up and down the highway rowing through the gears, and I feel like, I'm a Formula One driver when they used to have to actually shift the cars. And I have the biggest grin in my face, even though my car is not very fast. But I think with the convertible and the top down, usually I'd have the windows down. I'm doing that for sound for you guys. I think that adds to the visceral experience. So when the windows are down, you hear that engine noise, you really feel that you're going a lot faster than you are. And people that another acceleration. People that have asked for rides in this car say, well, why does it feel so fast? And obviously with 2 passengers, the extra weight, it's even slower. But I think all that visceral stuff going around, the engine noise, and the just having that top off makes the car feel a lot faster than it is. Because it is windy in here. It's not like a modern convertible that you have all these wind blockers. I guess you have the little one there, which does the job, but turns, S-turns. But most people think this is a pretty quick car, so don't worry about people telling you, oh, it's too slow, you're not going to like it. Now, if you come from a 1,000 horsepower Supra, yeah, you're going to be so disappointed. When I first drove these cars, I was actually underwhelmed. My friend's dad had the 04, I got to drive it, years later, and I was like, oh, what's so great about the S2000, But when you have some more time with it and can add some speed to it, that's when all that visceral driving comes up. When you can keep the RPMs up and go up and down, that's when you'll get it. And these prices have gone crazy. So low mileage ones, like this one's probably worth about 35 grand. I'll reveal it in another video what I paid for it. And a lot of them are 40 grand now. Some people want 45. We see CRs selling for 70,000, 90,000. So it's really hard to get one for 20. A 7 VTEC car, so missing, I think, on the front bumpers. and somewhere else, maybe a Fender, sold for $16,000 on Bring a Trailer, I think, or Cars and Bids, maybe Cars and Bids. Cars and Bids seems to sell less than Bring a Trailer. So that car was, you know, the high teens, almost 20 grand once you had the 5% markup, maybe 18, 19,000, somewhere in that range. But still a ton of car for the money. That's probably the bottom. I've seen salvage cars or accident cars in the low 20s. So unfortunately, that's the bottom. Maybe you can snag an AP1 in early 2000 or 2001 with the plastic rear window for, you know, 15 or something like that. But these are all going to be $20,000 cars. So buy one while you can. So this is why I love the S2000, the handling, the sound, the slowness, which seems fast, and somewhat affordability, though that's changing. And obviously, of course, the VTEC and the high revs and this amazing gearbox. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.